Okay, day 11. Hard to believe, but I'm back in my fabric room this morning. I'm going to try to spend 30 minutes to an hour and just kind of wrap up some of the extra stuff that I want to be able to get rid of and attempt to just kind of clear the floor. I want to vacuum and start moving the stuff out of here because this room will be my son's new bedroom at some point. Has to be painted, the flooring has to change, but in order for any of that to happen, I have to get all my crap out of here. So this is going into like our loft space area in one section, so I'll have a neat little spot for all my fabric, an area to cut out things, and maybe later down the road I can put it all together with my sewing equipment, but for the moment that's split up, which is fine. I need to clear the studio of extras and just be able to carry in things that I need and work on and then have it clear otherwise. But other than that, I'm still working on editing some video. I'm going to put maybe put in a couple of extra little things here and there. And I'm trying to figure out small stocking stuffer Christmas presents to kind of make up on the fly for my daughter and maybe my son's girlfriend. Little things that don't take a whole lot of time or a whole lot of money that are still useful and fun to have. So let's see what we do today, and I'll turn this camera around and give you an idea where I'm at and then how much I can accomplish in an hour. Okay. Here's my state of play. This came off the bottom rack that I need to go through and see what's actually in there, because you know what? I don't even know anymore. My pattern and clothing rack looks really good. I've got some bolts of fabric in the corner. Those can stay as is. I put 4 of the boxes there, and this is marvelous. But the top still needs to come down and be looked through and maybe added to this other pile. Then I have a whole bunch of, these are all my canvases for painting. There's actually a piece of artwork in there. And I just need a home, maybe in between. I can slide them in between these racks once I get them all moved. But okay, so I'm gonna set my timer, see what I can get done in 30 minutes, and then I'll show you again. Alrighty, not done, but much farther. The rack back, that wood is a rack, handmade rack with pipes for hanging things for a show. And so is that white garbage bag full of show tablecloths made out of burlap. But yeah, see, everything's in everything. See all the little green things? Those are labels. Then I've got my vintage up there and the pile to go, and the dirty Swiffer has grown. So I think another couple of hours I might have this knocked out. So this part of the video I had originally started showing you how to do small little makeup towels out of recyclable things you might have if you're a sewist. And I lost a whole chunk of film. So this is kind of starting in the middle, and I have a 5-inch square of an old towel and a 5-inch scrap of 100% cotton from something else that I found, worked with. I don't know, I have a whole box of scraps that I try to use up on different projects. I had seen this done in numerous videos where people are making their own makeup pads, and they're making these tiny little circles to replace, pardon me, their like cotton balls and cotton rounds that you find in the drugstore. And I just thought, oh, good Lord, that's a lot of work for little teeny tiny things, although a good project because you can use up a lot of fabrics that would otherwise go to waste. But I cut these a little bit bigger with the thought that since most of us wash our faces twice a day, at least I do, I need a single-use like terry cloth that's not a big 1.5 square washcloth. So I cut these, like I said, 5 inches, and I think once they're sewn, I'm just showing you how to clip the corners because I'm about to turn it, except I didn't realize the camera was not in the right place. Oh, the horrors of learning how to do video. There we go. I got a good view of my hammer that I use in a lot of sewing projects. So I'm just clipping the corners here, and I'm going to turn this out. A 5-inch square turns into about a little bigger than a 4-inch square. I don't really count the seams that I'm pointing out there. I'm going to trim them down a little bit. It's kind of an inexact project. You can kind of, I just line up my sewing foot and sew around. Trim away some of the bulk so it turns nicely. The towel that I had was kind of thick, but it was all I had available at the moment, so I figured, why not reuse it? And it's messy. Oh, it's messy. Don't wear black if you're going to cut up terry cloth. It's just nightmarishly messy. It's almost as if you're cutting into something and it explodes. On the way, I had terry cloth bits everywhere, all over my desk, all over me. It was kind of insane. But anyway, I'm just poking the corners out, and I'm about to top stitch this little piece. And they actually turned out really cool. I'm thinking that I might make myself a bunch, as well as make half a dozen or so, if I don't drop them all on the floor, half a dozen or so for my daughter. I think they're kind of sanitary, or more sanitary than, you know, using a washcloth over and over. So yeah, cute little projects. I'll do more of those as time goes on. See if I can't come up with some other things that are really just really simple things to make, to give as we approach the holidays during a pandemic and none of us want to go in public and go shopping. Horrible. Oh, 2020. So I'm just pinning this, as you can see, and I'm about to take it to the sewing machine. And again, hammer time. I'm going to hammer all the corners. Now, if you sew and your sewing machine doesn't like thick things, a rubber-nosed hammer is your best friend, because you can hammer those corners down and it flattens them out just enough that your sewing machine won't balk at you. It's a great tip that I don't even remember where I learned that from. One of the sewists I follow, I think, several years ago. Yep, see, still too thick. Pound, pound, pound. You can actually pound all the way down the seam if it's too thick. It's a great thing. It solves a lot of problems. So anyway, little facial washcloth makeup pads. It's cold here in Southern California. It's 40 degrees, which is cold, 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 cold. So sitting here in my Ugg boots and 3 shirts and I have a heater under my desk because it's cold. Today's day 12 and I'm actually going to put this at the end of day 11 because I don't know if I'm going to do a whole lot of filming today for day 12. I have a lot of catch-up projects to do and some planning to do if I'm going to continue with Vlogmas for the next 12 days. So, also, I messed up one of the videos on day 11, so kind of bear with me. I'm going to fix it and put it back out in one of the other videos. So enjoy this, and if you haven't watched the rest of them, you can start with day 1. Probably more information than you really want to know. And I will put something new up either tomorrow or Monday, because I'm not sure what tomorrow holds either. And sometimes on the weekends we are very boring, doing some cleaning and different things, catching up for the week. So enjoy, and thanks for watching.